Margin call released. The weekend Legatus pilgrimage ends. Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is 9/11/11, the 10th anniversary of the bombing of the Twin Towers by George Daddy Bush, David Rockefeller, Jay Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, let's see, Dick Cheney. I don't know. Have I left out anyone? I don't know. Maybe you know, the other cabal faction over in Europe with the Queen and Tony Blair and Prince Charles. Maybe they went on it too. I don't know. But it certainly wasn't bin Laden, who's been dead since 2001, who died in a hospital in Minneapolis, Minnesota, of kidney failure. And his real name is Tim Osman, a CIA trained operative from the late 70s and 80s. So believe what you want to believe. But if you're on this site, you know I don't believe anything that the mainstream media preaches to you. And that's why I do not believe next week we're going to have a crash on Monday. Yes, it's down right now, and after hours as I'm doing this video, it is 7:30 on a Sunday night, but and it's down 9 points on the ES, but I think they're going to recover before it's all said and done. Now, I know this seems strange, but let's go over some things here, and we'll get to this probably another long video. You know how I like to talk and talk and talk. But I have a lot to go over, and you can watch these videos. I only do 1 or 2 a week anyway, or 3 sometimes, so you know you can take your time watching them. There's a new movie coming out called Margin Call. It comes out on October the 24th, and this video here is not working as I expected it to. It should be an animated GIF. I spent a lot of time getting this to work as an animated GIF, and it's not working. This is a little irritating. I will see if I can't find that here and see if I can get it to work here. Okay, we'll try it here first. If it does not work, you open it up, and you should see it. It is animated. There it goes. So it's a little slow. Took a lot of time to put this together, and my computer's running a little bit slow, so maybe it'll go a little faster on your end once it gets loaded, and you can see what it's basically saying. Open in the week of October the 21st to the 22nd, the Illuminati, or that is the movie. It is open in that time period, and the Legatus pilgrimage is the same. It is the 16th through the 23rd. So what are they trying to tell us? To me, they are signaling that there will be margin calls after this Legatus pilgrimage, so there will be blood in the streets and panic, as you can clearly see by this logo that I did. So that's a little animated GIF. If you can't get it to work, try opening it with Windows, what's it called? Windows Picture and Fax Viewer, and it should work as an animated GIF. So it's kind of cool. I spent a little time doing it. Kind of proud of it. You know, this is a lot of work in doing this, folks. And in case you did not know this, I generally spend almost all day on a Sunday. I mean, I'll spend 8 hours trying to type up this post for you guys and putting all the pieces together of stuff that I've worked on all week long, actually. So anyone that feels froggy and wants to throw me 10 or 20 bucks or 50 bucks or 100 bucks, you know, I do have a donate button right here on the page. I'm not going to be like Ron Walker and ask for it all the time, but these are long posts, and trying to put this together, you're not getting this information from anybody else that is trying to put all these pieces together with the actual technical analysis of the stock market, as well as the numerology and the news, how it's related. So you could always scroll down here and click on the donate button and throw the dragon a bone or two, you know, every now and then. I would do appreciate that. One of the things that I go over here, besides this, besides what they are doing here, is I found out something else, that there is a clue here that they are giving us that points to December 7th, which was Pearl Harbor, 1941. And there is a website out there. It is called Illuminati.org. I'm going to take you to that website. And what you're going to see here is a black screen. And it's going to kind of make you wonder what the heck it is. So we'll click on it here. This is Illuminati.org. And you're looking at it and you see nothing, a black screen. So somebody put this up here. I don't know who. I don't know if it's a joke, but I found it odd that it's pointing to December the 7th. And I'll tell you why in a second. If you hold down the control key and hit A and hold it down as well, normally you just have to hit it one time and you could let up and it would highlight all the text on the screen. But they must have done something to where it goes away very quickly. So you actually have to hold it down and hit the A key and actually hold the A key down, and you will see all the text that is hidden on this page. And that is it. That is the only thing hidden on here. It is a countdown. Okay? So if you will take this countdown of 86 days, 14 hours, and 5 minutes and 30 some seconds as it's counting down, we're going to let it get close to 5 seconds, and so that would drop it to 5 minutes exactly. So what I'll do here is go over here and I'll go in, wait a minute, 86, 14, 5, okay. So I'll go here and I'll go 86, 14, 5 seconds, 0, boom, and I'm going to go today, and let's see, 3, 2, 1, now, calculate. So what I did was I dropped it right down to 5 minutes exactly and tried to calculate it based upon it counting down. If you've seen what I was doing, I was estimating that it was counting down, and now it is saying, well, December 7th. I'm getting different times on this trying to calculate this. It's showing December 7th at 9:42 a.m. I spoke here on the blog that it was actually 9:22 a.m. or so, so I'm a little confused on the exact time. I've been trying to figure this out exactly how it is, but anywhere it goes, it may not tell me exact time, but it is telling me that it is December the 7th. Now you're probably wondering, well, what's the big deal about December the 7th? Why is this countdown even important? I don't know why they put it up here. I don't know who owns this website. Haven't even done a who is search on it. I guess we could do that and see if we can't find out who owns it, but it's not likely whois.net, I believe. You can type that in and tell you who owns the website, and it may be the administrator, it may be the real person that owns it. You don't really know. I seriously doubt that it's going to be the person that you're looking for. It's probably more like the administrator. And oops, so you go like that and delete and delete, and we'll go with org, oops, net, org, and we'll go, and it'll probably tell me that it's protected, it's privacy, probably. Illuminati.org, somebody registered it in, let's see, April of 1995. They've had this a long time, and they are not basically saying email to blah 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 network solutions, privacy registration. Yeah, they're not telling you who it is. Providence, Pennsylvania, phone number, and this was probably just the administrator in care of Network Solutions. Network Solutions is the original people, by the way, that that started selling domain names back in the 90s. When I purchased my personal name, I purchased it in 1998, and it cost me $70 for 1 year or something from Network Solutions. They were the only ones selling it at the time. They had the exclusive on it. And of course now you can buy them from GoDaddy.com or just about 1,000 places on the internet that are selling the names. But as you can clearly see, I didn't think it would tell you any information. Organization, Ancient Order of Bavarian Seers. Okay, I don't really know what that's going on there. But anyway, so what we're talking about here, why is this important? Why is this Illuminati website important? Why is December 7th? Why is it pointing down to December 7th? I don't know, but let's go back to this right here. And what I wanted to show you was about a year and a half ago, I had got this old fake print. This is one of my early fake prints. It was emailed to me by someone. I don't know who emailed it to me. If you remember, if you were the one that emailed it to me, you know, shoot me an email to remind me. But it was a long time ago, and over, you know, March of 2010. Now we'll look at this print here. I've already got it up here, and we'll look at this again and examine this. Now it says up here that it's the Wilshire 500. It says the date is 6/25/2010. Now that is not the date that the screenshot was taken. That is the date where where he has moved his cursor, the arrow or the line right here. When you're on a live stock chart, as you know, as you move your mouse left and right, this line follows you, and the high and low price corresponds to wherever the line is on what candle it's on at that time. So if you move it over here, for example, it's going to correspond to that line right there. Move it over here, it's going to correspond to that line. He just happened to have it way out of date, way here on June the 25th. So that means nothing. What you want to focus on here is not that, but when the screenshot was taken. Obviously, the last print is here. That was the day it was taken, or otherwise we'd see more chop all the way here to June 25th. And that was the date it was actually, you know, sent to me, or a week or two later. I don't remember the exact time it was sent to me. So you go down here and you see it's approximately March the 8th. Right there, you can see it's approximately March the 8th, maybe March the 7th or the 6th or the 9th. I'm not sure, but that was the day that it showed up in 2010. So if that was, you know, since I really don't know what date that was, possibly just thinking out loud here, that could have been March the 6th as a key indicating that it is a real fake print. Now, as I'm doing these videos, things come to my mind and that I've already have not typed up on the blog post. I've did the blog post already. It's taken me 5 or 6 hours to type it up, and because there's a lot to cover and stuff like that, and I type it as I go and it gets in my head, and so, but when I start doing these videos, more stuff comes to me, and I just realized that the March 6th low, was it March 6th or was it March 5th? March 6th low, it was March 6th, of 2009 was 666. Okay, here we are. When this screenshot was taken, it was taken approximately March the 8th, but we're guessing. That could have been March the 6th, indicating that only this was 2010, not 2009, but the indication there is that, hey, it's 1 year anniversary of the March 6th low of 2009. Here's a new fake print for you Illuminati members, you insiders. This is a real fake print, and we're going to date it back to the time that it is relevant in the future. Now that's what really struck me about this print, is why did it not show up on this candle on the date that it was taken? Whenever you take fake prints, whenever they show up, 99% of the time they show up right on the date that you see them. So you would have just been watching this day, and if it is not March the 8th, like I'm just guessing, maybe it's March the 6th, and it corresponds again to the year anniversary of the 2009 low of 666, which again is kind of like an indication that it's a real print. It should have shown up there, but it does not show up there. It is backdated to here. Now on this date, as far as I know, this print wasn't there. It wasn't there the next day. It wasn't there the next day. The only time it showed up is here on this date. Now look at the print. It's showing up, as far as I can tell, December 7th, as you can see. And it is a good 7,500, approximately, 11,400, 11,500. It's approximately a 4,000 point drop on the Wilshire. And it's showing up December 7th. Now this is a year-old print, year and a half old print. And these coincidences that the Illuminati countdown is now counting down to December 7th. This is showing a print of December 7th. It didn't show up on December 7th. It showed up on March the 8th or possibly March the 6th, the 1 year anniversary of the 666 low in the market of March the 6th, 2009. Add all those up, folks, you got a huge coincidence. Or do you? What are they telling you? That the crap is going to hit the fan on December 7th, or are they going to stage another Pearl Harbor? I don't know. But that really blew my mind when I found that out and seen this Illuminati.org website and added the date, and it came up to December 7th. Again, I'm getting different readings on the exact time. Maybe you can figure that out, but you can try that yourself. I'll put that link and stuff here on the website. I'll leave that 222 on there, or 22, doesn't matter. The point being is it's December 7th, and that this is approximately a 4,000 point drop. Now, I don't see that happen very often. The only other time I've ever seen that is the fake print of the 3465 SPY that I've showed you dozens and dozens of times. When I first got that print, it was, let's see here. If I can find that print. Where you at? Boom, 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 boom. The first time I got that print was actually on that day, on the 31st. This is the day that it was on. If I copy that, there's another screenshot I have of it. And let's see if I can do this. And SPY fake print, S&P fake print. Will it actually give me this? No, probably not. Okay, let me try this again here. It is just my list of fake prints. There it is. And there we go. And there we go of the other screenshot of it. And this was on the NASDAQ website. This was actually on 1/31/2011. And that's one of the obviously the strange things that I have seen. Let's see, that's Anna's site, and we're gonna first see this. And this is what's so strange about it, folks, is that on this day, January 31st, 2011, that's when I seen the 3465 print. 3 and 4 make 7, 6 and 5 makes 11, 7 and 11. I don't know if that's significant, but obviously a 6 and 5 is an 11. And when I dug through that, and it showed up on that date when the actual print of the SPY at that time was 128, and it showed up as the low. And when I dug through all of these charts to see it, and it showed up right here with 3,000 shares at 16.59. And then, okay, I didn't think nothing of it. I thought we'll never get to that print. Boom, boom, boom. Fast forward to here. Anna caught this on the 4-hour chart on the 29th of July. 2 and 9 makes 11. July is the 7th month. 7, 11. Oh, wow, that just hit me. Wow, that just hit me. On top of that, it's 180 days, half a year. 18 equals 666, mark of the beast. So here it is again showing up. She took it here on this date again, 7/29/11. She took it on the 4-hour chart. It shows up and it's backdated to January the 31st. What the heck is going on there? Why is it backdated, showing up back there? instead of repeating it here. Something's up, folks. Something is up. I don't know what, but that could be the low that they are planning for maybe December 7th, Pearl Harbor. I don't know. So, the movie that's coming out, Margin Call, comes out when the Legatus pilgrimage ends. Okay? That week. Comes out that weekend. The 21st is a Friday. The 23rd is a Sunday. Then Monday, the 24th, the market opens. Do you think it's going to be rallying somehow? I don't think so. So, that margin call could very well be what causes this right here, which is the fake print I've got from over a year ago of gold, and I'll show it to you here. And it is showing 935. I had another one that showed 939. That's a 50% drop from where it's at now at 1800 and something. That is a huge drop. Now, if you get margin calls and the big institutions get hit, and the big investors and the hedge funds, the people who are not part of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Bank of America and the other thug Illuminati reptilian snakes, if they're not part of those gangster gang, they're going to be selling their gold to cover their margin calls. Coincidence? I don't think so, folks. Something's up. Now, I don't. It's really hard for me to believe that we could actually drop 50% in gold, but the print's out there. That's all I can say. I just present you with the evidence, and then you can make your own determinations by it and figure it out for yourself. Because I really don't know how to answer it. It's it's just a strange one, of course. So. Looky there, it is showing up also at 11 p.m. Another 11 there, folks. Strange days indeed. Okay. Going back here to the rest of this, we also have stuck right in the middle. We have a movie that I still have yet to been able to download. I'm trying to download, but it must have been a B movie and not very popular. I've been trying to download it from like one of these torrent sites and not being successful, where people share their movies that they've got on their hard drive, but nobody seems to have this one. It must have been a crappy movie, but I am sure it is full of all kinds of Illuminati symbols. 11, 11, 11. This only happens once every 100 years, and so if anybody has got a copy of it or wants to go buy a copy of it, I'd love to have one. So anyway, because I'd love to see if there is something in it. And look what it says in it. You can't stop what's coming. Isn't that funny? Because this one has something similar to it too in the actual trailer that says something like they don't even know what's coming in the trailer for Margin Call. So they're telling you the sheep don't know what's coming with the movie The Margin Call. And here again, in this movie, you can't stop what's coming. They're telling you again and again and again, the market is going to crash to record levels that you've never seen before in your life. Never seen before in your life. Okay? Okay, so I have rambled on for 20-some minutes just on this to get this apart, but you know as well as I do that this site is stock market trading on the dark side, as you can clearly see by the headline there with Red Dragon Leo. It is not your average stock market trading site. So I try to piece all these things together and try to also put it in with the technicals to figure out what is going on in the technicals of it. So I'm going to go over the technicals now, and we'll check out the charts. And let's basically say that last week I was wrong on the breakout. I thought it would break out. I really thought that they were going to go up here, back down, and fool everyone and bust out, but that did not happen. Instead, they went back down. They tested this trend line. Now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits of it. Now, they have already pierced it right now in after hours, or pre-market, I guess. It's down 10 points at 1142 or something like that. So it's down here. It's basically down here almost at a double bottom. So now I still feel, even though it's down, I still feel they're going to reverse it back up and go back up here and hit this 1187. I'm just estimating that's about where it will be, roughly in that area. They'll hit that area. From there, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We've only got 2 hits up here at the top. I would like a third attempt. So, you know, I don't know if this is an A, B, C, or if this was, you know, wave 1 down, wave 2, and we have started a wave 3 in this big, huge 5th wave. I don't know. But my gut tells me that everything that they were throwing out there on Thursday and Friday, and I should have seen this, they were talking, they were putting out mainstream media news that the 9/11, we've got credible threats, and you should be scared to death that they could blow something up again. Yeah. Well, it's coming right from George Daddy Bush and Henry Kissinger and David Rockefeller, because they're the ones putting this information out there. That's all lies. The terrorists are over there just feeding their family. You know, in the Middle East and in Afghanistan or whatever country, or Iraq, whatever country they want to name as the bad guy. These people are clueless. They have no clue what is going on or what is being told about them. They're made out to be a bad guy, and then all they're trying to do is survive. They are not bad people, folks. They are being misled and lied to, and we are being misled and lied to by these gangster reptilians. So they put this information out here to distract us sheep. They wanted us going short. I should have seen that and realized that it was not going to gap up and go up higher when they started talking about it on Thursday that day. And I did not see it. I missed it. And so then, of course, Friday, they announced even more news that Greece was possibly going to default over the weekend. Well, guess what? It never happened. Greece did not default, and the 9/11 terrorist attacks never happened. Okay, again, what's that about? Misleading the sheep. So, to me, it tells me with these charts oversold on the short term, 60-minute, 2-hour charts, you know, 30-minute, 15, you know, they're oversold right now. Tells me we should have a rally, and we should at least go up there, bang on that on Monday. And I don't know if we're going to go through it or not, because yeah, I'm sitting here saying this and we're down 10 points, and so, you know, I'm thinking I'm crazy, but you know, everything I'm reading in the chart tells me this thing should turn back up. I mean, it really should. It's oversold. It has hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times, not busted through. They say there's no such thing as triple bottoms. Well, we had one, and we had a you know, a 4th bottom. So with a 5th time breakthrough, oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think once we get the 5th time, it's done. But my concern is we only had 2 attempts at the top. That's not even. I think we need another attempt at the top, at least close to it. Maybe only 12, 18 or something. Maybe a little higher than this. Maybe it doesn't quite get up there. If it gets all the way up there, we're talking 1250. I don't know if that's the case or not. It's possible, okay? It is possible before it finally rolls back down. But this, to me, needs to curl back up and go back up here and put in maybe a lower high here in the histogram and give us some negative divergence. We still don't got that yet. We still don't have that yet. We just sold down, and then we need to go back up. And that's just what I see in the charts. I think they're going to recover most of this down, you know, sell-off right now. This is just fear that they have injected into the market to scare the sheep and get them short, and I think they'll turn this around come Monday and they'll rally it back up. I really do. And then once they hit that trend line, I don't know, maybe they back down a little bit on Tuesday, or maybe they gap it up on Tuesday, then they come back down and back test this trend line. That would be the most logical thing. And then they could try again if they want to try to push it up on Wednesday all the way up there to hit this extended trend line, if that goes out that far. I know that's a bold call. I know I was wrong last Friday. So, you know, don't take this trade. You know, do what you see in the market. This is just what I see. So, you know, I'm seeing this scrolling back up and coming back up. I'm seeing that on the 60-minute. I'm seeing this on the 30-minute as well. Same thing. Should come back up. Same scenario. 15 minutes. You want to look at the shorter term? Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to tell the 15-minute. But on another note, I am seeing a head and shoulders pattern right here. You can see a smaller head and shoulders here. Here's the head. Here's the shoulder. Right shoulder, head, left shoulder. But I'm also seeing a larger head and shoulder. Here is a left shoulder. Here's the head. Where's the right shoulder? To me, it should go up here fail to break through the 1230, maybe go likely what I said, 12, I don't know, 1218, maybe, you know, maybe a little higher, maybe 1220, maybe 1230. Maybe it fails to get up that high, but but I'd like to see it get higher than this for a kind of an ABC wave before it rolls back over. That's what I really like to see, and then kind of go from there. But you know, of course, the problem is if it goes up here, hits this, and then gaps through it on Tuesday and runs up here to 1220 and rolls back down, you know, you'd want to get short there no matter what, because you don't know if this trend line is going to hold or not. You know, maybe it goes down and hits it and then comes back up and runs back into Friday. We put in a positive close. I really doubt that. I really do. But, you know, you'd probably want to see where the market is when it hits this line. If it goes up here, hits it, and kind of chops sideways into the close, that's a bull flag. Then there'd be a possibility of a gap up the next day, and then you'd want to get short. You'd want it to take out this 1204 area where the bears put all their stops in. You know, to me, I'm sure the statistics don't say it, but I just feel like there's a lot of retail traders that heard all this news about Greece defaulting and heard all this news about possible 9/11 attacks, and they got short somewhere in this range. And I really think it's going to possibly open, and when it opens, it may dip down here to this double bottom, but I think they're going to turn it back up. I really do. I think they're going to turn it back up. It's just what I see in the charts. On the daily, again, I said I thought we'd get closer to zero, and you know, we should. To me, we have already made a negative divergence. You can see that that bar there is a little bit lower than this one here. So technically, we've already made a negative divergence. We could very easily roll back over. We very could. I could be totally wrong with this. This is a gut feeling. This is options expiration, and it's just a gut feeling. And what I'm seeing in the charts, what I'm reading in the news, I'm trying to piece all these things together. But I think we're going to turn back up here a little bit and get a little bit closer to zero. We may not make it to zero, but I think we're going to have a little bit better negative divergence here than this little one right here. If you draw a line right there, I think it's going to be a little bit more clear cut that we're going to see it, and then I think we're going to roll over possibly by Thursday or Friday, and still close the week out negative. We could very well rally up here and put in a nice topping tail. Well, it would be wonderful if we could actually run up here and hit this necktie of resistance right here that's barreling down on us at 1266 and 1273 right here on the 20 and 50-day moving average. But I don't think that there's any chance of that happening, but I could be wrong. Like, you know, to be wrong. I mean, here's the thing. While the mainstream media was distracting you and all the other sheep with news about possible 9/11 attacks that are credible, blah, 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 and with the possibility of Greek defaulting, a little thing went right under the radar. You probably didn't pay much attention to it, and that was Obama put in, I don't know, 500 billion or something, or 400 billion. He put in a bunch of money to stimulate jobs, a new jobs program. Well, where do you really think that money's going to go? Do you think it's going to go out there to jobs, or is it going to go to the stock market? You and I both know that money is going straight into the stock market. Now, what are they going to do with it? What are the gigs going to do with it? Are they going to rally it up using that money, and so they can get a better entry for themselves to short it? Yeah, that's what I think. That makes sense, doesn't it? Use the government's money, use somebody else's money to rally it up, bring the sheep on board, then you sell into it. They need to unload their stuff. That, to me, tells me that that's what they're planning on doing. Now, again, I can be totally wrong on this, but that is just what I see. And so I really don't think it's going to rally up that high. But I do think we're going to rally up some again, like I said here, and go to possibly 1218. Keep a lower high than that. If we keep a lower high than that, that would be awesome, because that would make a nice head and shoulders here, with this being the left shoulder, this being the head, this whole thing being the head, and inside of the smaller head and shoulders that would fail. Okay, and then a right shoulder right here to come back down here, and that's what I'd like to see. But if it takes out the 1230, then it's just going to be what you'd call a 1, 2, 3 hit on this, a 3 push. I think Cobra calls them a 3 push higher move. and then a failure. But the third push does not have to be, or is generally not as strong. That's where you would get the shoulder. So it does not have to hit this line. If you extend it out, it's probably around that 1250. That's why I keep guessing around that area. But so if I'm totally wrong with it, then we'll open up Monday. We'll just start tanking, and we'll go down here to hit, take out that low. I just don't see that happening. But so weekly chart again here. You can see it looks like it's trying to curl back up, but trying to curl back up here. So possibly the weekend's positive. I don't know. We'll have to take that when we get closer to Thursday and Friday and see how high we are. I think once it gets up there in that range of anywhere between 1218, 1220, all the way up to 1250 area. So when it's in that range, that's a danger area. You don't know what type, when it can reverse. Certainly, if it pushes all the way out till Friday, you got to watch out for news-related stuff that they'll throw out there to cause it to crash. Initial claims, jobs data, or some other news on Friday that I'm unaware of. But you got to keep that out there as well and know about that. So looking at the monthly chart, you can clearly see we're going down, folks. We are definitely going down. Before September is over, I think we're going to come down here, and I think we'll probably pierce this. My thoughts are that we'll pierce it, try to rally back up and close right there above this black line, which is the 200 moving average, sitting at 1106 right now. So to close slightly above the 1101 area. So that's just, it's kind of similar to what we did here. We went down, pierced through the 20 and the 50, came on back down, hit the 200, and then came back up and closed above them. I think for this month is over, we're going to run down here, pierce down through it, and then rally back up and close out somewhere right around that 200 period moving average. That's what I'm thinking that's going to happen. And then October, obviously that would have started the rally back up into October, which, if that's the case, so if you drop down here and you come back up here to hit that, approximately that 1100 area, when I say you come back down, I'm talking a sub 1000. I'm talking maybe 965 or something, and then coming back up and closing 1100, a little over 1100, 1110, maybe under this, certainly under this 200 moving average here. And you do that, into the Legatus pilgrimage. Maybe it goes up there and then kind of chops around a little bit, can't get much momentum, and maybe it comes up here to this whole area, chops, and it can't get much momentum, but staying underneath it, maybe it stays underneath this. It's kind of hard to predict that far out, but I'm thinking again that by the time we hit that period of October the 24th, that Monday, I think that's it. From there, it is just a straight nosedive down, and we are going to go towards that print that the Wilshire is showing all the way into, all the way in. I don't know if we're going to hit that or not, possibly, but the Wilshire print is showing approximately 7400, and it's coincidental that it's December 7th again, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if it does that all the way into December 7th, this is a comparison about where the Dow would be compared to the Wilshire. This is the level here for the Wilshire, the level here for the Dow. And then on the S&P, this is approximately the level for the S&P versus the Wilshire. This was done by Kirsten, who I haven't seen or talked to in a long time, so I do miss her, but she has, and everybody knows her. She used to be quite regular on David T's blog, Trading to Win, .blogspot.com or something. Anyway, he's listed on my blog roll. But she's taking some time off. I think she's got some family issues with her brother or something, maybe sick or something. But so we wish her well. But anyway, you can see 725. That is some pretty nasty stuff. Now, I don't know that that it doesn't actually go down to this SPY fake print. Who knows? I mean, maybe this print is indicating what is going to happen in March of next year of 2012. Maybe that's where we bottom at in March of 2012. There's so much to figure in here that it's just mind-blowing, but the main thing that I want you to focus on here is that there's a lot of stuff coming later this year. Regardless if you're already short and you can ride it out, then ride it out. I trade options, so I can't ride it out. So I'm actually long going into Monday, because I do think it's going to rally up over the next few days. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'll leave a small position, so I will take a short if need be. But I'm looking for a little bit higher move before it starts down. And but I'm really just trying to ride my patience here into this Legatus pilgrimage and stay afloat and not make some bad mistakes and stay in the game, so that when the crap does hit the fan on that time, if we do rally up into a what you call another bear flag, if it looks again like this move right here, let's say we drop down here to sub 1,000, rally back up here, and then kind of start to roll back over again, looks like we're peaking again, and we're ready for another wave down, kind of like this. I guess be more like this right here. So if we kind of do one of these numbers and it's starting to peak out again in October 23rd or October 24th, that Monday, you can bet that if it looks like a top, and all the charts are indicating that it looks like a top and not a bottom, I only know it's a term date. I don't know for sure that it is a top or a bottom. I only suspect that it's going to be a top, being this major wave 1 down, then some type of major wave 2 up. I know it's kind of short for it, but again, this is the greatest stock market crash in the history of mankind. It could be a little bit different than what we're used to time-wise. So and the wave count could be off too. So we're speculating on a wave count. I don't really know. I'm not an analytician, and then that kind of stuff is best done after the fact. Then we can go back and count the waves. But trying to predict them beforehand, we don't really know. All we can know is this looks to me like a wave 1 down, then a wave 2 up. Well, and this on a weekly, here's a wave 3 down, then maybe a wave 4 up, then a wave 5 down on a weekly. That's a weekly, okay? And to me, that would be perfect into going from sub 1,000 up into October 23rd and open up Monday on the 24th, peaking out for our wave 4 up on the weekly. And I don't need to draw this for you. I guess you guys get the idea. I know I have been drawing it, but sorry. Anyway, down, up, and then we have our wave 5 down into that Wilshire fake print into December 7th. Just speculation, folks, again, but a lot of interesting stuff there. And with that, I will end it. It's a very long video. I do apologize. And, but hopefully it's opened up your eyes a little bit. And don't forget, if you feel froggy, there's a donate button. I do appreciate it. I could use a beer every now and then. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you on the blog as well as in the chat room at stockmarketbloggers.com/chat. Be sure to sign up as a member of stockmarketbloggers.com and then log in, and you will then see the chat room once you click on the chat button. Thanks again. See you guys.